iHeart, get ready. Fantasy football is here. Welcome to the Scout Fantasy Show. ScoutFantasy.com is home to the Fantasy Football World Championships and the best players in the world. Real money winners giving their secrets to help you win. Now exclusively on iHeart. This is the Scout Fantasy Show with your host, the one, the only, Dr. Roto.
Hey there, everybody. It's Dr. Roto. Get out the insurance cards. Get out the copay. The office is open, my friends. All right, let's get to it. We will talk about week number 5, and then we will go over week number, we'll go over tonight's Monday night game, right? The Redskins against the Saints. So if you need to win, I will tell you what chance you have of that happening. Okay, first of all, the Giants played the Panthers, and what a finish. Graham Gano wins the game with a 63-yard field goal. Unreal. The Giants finally play better. Odell Beckham Jr. finally gets involved in the offense. They throw the ball to him 14 times. The guy basically had to scream for the football, and he finally got it. Eli Manning plays pretty good. Barkley did a great job until the end. Hopefully he's healthy, because that was scary there. So we're going to watch that closely. But the Giants were in this game. I thought Cam Newton did not play great. I thought Cam Newton did not play very well, to be quite honest with you. I thought Christian McCaffrey was average at best. He had one good play at the end there. DJ Moore looked good, and Devin Funchess was hurt at the end of the game, so I asked myself, will he see more DJ Moore? The guy had 4 targets, caught 4 balls. Let's see more of DJ Moore. That's all I'm saying there. But it was a great kick by Gano. More power to him. All right, Denver at the Jets. The Jets win this game 34-16. Sam Darnold literally completes 10 passes for 198 yards and 3 touchdowns. 2 of those go to Robbie Anderson, who gets 123 yards. So the big play certainly was there, and we haven't seen the Jets make big plays this year. But you know, Denver's run defense is terrible. I mean, Denver's run defense. Bilal Powell had 20 carries and Isaiah Crowell had 15. That's 35 carries for close to 318 yards. That's embarrassing. That's really terrible. For Denver, why don't they go to Cortland Sutton more? I want to get Case Keenum. I know he threw for 377 yards, and the numbers look good, but were they ever really in this game? I don't think so. Phillip Lindsay looks terrific, by the way. I mean, whoever picked him up, kudos to you. He really looks good. Royce Freeman played okay, but nothing special. But certainly, hats off to Crowell. And I think this has to tell you that the Broncos' run defense is poor. Todd Gurley going to have a big week next week. A very big week. Not like he doesn't have one every week, but very big. All right, Cincinnati against Miami. If you didn't play Joe Mixon, I get it. Marvin Lewis said he's not going to get a full load of carries. Well, then he got 22 rushes. He had 3 receptions. Mark Walton didn't get a rush. He caught 2 passes. I mean, come on. And then Xavier Howard was supposed to cover A.J. Green, but Tyler Boyd only gets 4 receptions while Green gets 6. So this game just did not go to good fantasy analysis there. I mean, Mixon did play well, but I think if you thought he was going to get 25 touches, I would really have to disagree with that. Maybe you thought 15, maybe you thought 18. 25, that's a bit high. Frank Gore had 12 carries to Kenyon Drake 6. Kenyon Drake touches the football 13 times. If you want to know why Miami's not winning football games, just look in the box score. Ryan Tannehill can't throw more than 200 yards. Frank Gore gets more carries than Kenyon Drake. And they have nobody catching. And Kenny Stills has 2 catches. You're not going to win. You are not going to win football games. Miami's the worst 3-2 team in the NFL. Mark my words. Okay, in DFS, if you played Matt Ryan and you lost, I don't want to say this was expected, but I'll tell you I faded him. Atlanta is just a risky team. I always play Ben at home, okay? And Antonio Brown, I told you, was going to have the 2-touchdown game. Connor was in the right spot against this team. He was. For the other side, for Atlanta, how does Julio Jones get fewer yards than Hooper and Sanu? Hooper makes sense. And Sanu? Because Pittsburgh's the worst against tight ends. And how does Ito Smith get a touchdown and Devonta Freeman gets 32 yards rushing and 9 yards receiving, and Tevin Coleman is really non-existent either? I mean, you can't have a 3-headed Hydra. It just doesn't work. Okay, speaking of not working, I think a lot of people out there said, I'm not playing the Chiefs because the Jaguars are the best defense. How about the Chiefs being the best offense? Why do we always just assume the best defense wins? Best offense won that game. Patrick Mahomes, 313 yards. He didn't throw a touchdown pass, threw 2 picks, but he ran a touchdown in. That'll work. Travis Kelce, 5 for 100. I told you to play Travis Kelce. I know I did. I told you to play Tyreek Hill. He wasn't as good. I was off there. For Jacksonville, Blake Bortles, I lost to him in one league. The guy put up 430 yards and 34 rushing yards and a touchdown. The guy I played would have beaten me anyway, but really? Blake Bortles just does this when it doesn't matter. Why can't you do it when the game matters, you pig? Can't stand him. And Corey Grant's going to be out for a very, very long time. So I think, take a look at this guy, Brandon Wiles. He might be, let me check. Please hold. Please continue to hold. Brandon Wiles might be the guy there. He's a 25-year-old running back who played at South Carolina, who wasn't really very good. But now that Corey Grant's hurt, and now that Leonard Fournette's hurt, it's a TJ Yeldon show. That's for sure. Okay? Detroit against Green Bay. If you played Aaron Jones, I don't blame you. I can't blame you for that. I can't blame you for not realizing that Detroit was going to be winning 24-0 at halftime. Who would have thought that? Who would have thought that Mason Crosby would have missed five times? But Aaron Jones had 7 carries for 40 yards. That was awful. But he didn't catch any footballs either. And anybody told you Ty Montgomery is good was a liar. He's terrible. Terrible. Devontae Adams is a star, and he was a 2nd-round pick, and he should have been. For Detroit, Kerryon Johnson was injured at the end of that game. Let's watch that closely. I believe they're on bye next week, but I need to see him back. LeGarrette Blount has one mission in life, to basically run from 2 yards out, because he can't do anything more than that. He's not very good. But you know who is good? Kenny Galladay. He is the man. Right now, I'm taking him in the 4th round next year. That's how much I like him. I might even take him in the 3rd round. He's that good. I don't think Marvin Jones is that good. I think Golden Tate and Kenny Galladay are that good. All right, Cleveland and the Ravens. Was that the worst field goal to win a game that you've ever seen? Seriously, the worst you've ever seen? Baker Mayfield didn't look like he had a great day, but he had 342 yards and a touchdown. Jarvis Landry, a pedestrian, 5 for 69. David Njoku, 6 for 69. Rashard Higgins got injured, so watch that moving forward. For Baltimore, here's what I noticed. They get the ball in the 5-yard line, and they take Alex Collins out. And then Joe Flacco runs this play action to the tight end, and it's just give the ball to Alex Collins. Give the ball to... You're a better team. Baltimore's better than Cleveland. They deserve that win. They just didn't play better. It just made no sense to me. I didn't really understand it. It made no sense to me. All right. Buffalo against Tennessee. This was the worst game of the year. Really. Marcus Mariota, 14 for 26, 129 yards. Josh Allen, 10 for 19, 82 yards. You put that together, these guys barely threw for over 200 yards. Barely. Derrick Henry, I got to tell you, you might have to cut him. If you can't run against the Buffalo Bills run defense, who can you run against? Tyrod Taylor wasn't even on the field for more than half the snaps. It was terrible. I didn't want to play Corey Davis last week because of something like this. Then he goes off and I'm like, I got to play Corey Davis. Now he's a pig again. It's terrible. And Buffalo, seriously, outside of LaShawn McCoy, who are you going to play? Zay Jones? Chuck Clay? Jason Kroom? Ray McLeod III? That's got to be my favorite name of the year. Team is terrible. But they won. Good for them. All right, Chargers against the Raiders. Speaking of terrible, how bad was Derek Carr? 24 for 33, 268 yards. It was terrible. And the touchdown pass was an embarrassment to the referees. The guys weren't even set. Martavis Bryant, kudos to Willie. He said Martavis Bryant was getting the best day, 3 for 91. He was the best. Amari Cooper, disgusting, 1 for 10. Phillip Rivers, efficient, 22 for 27, 339 yards. Melvin Gordon plays well. But Mike Williams, how do you even play this guy anymore? Keenan Allen, 8 for 90. Can he score a touchdown? There's just too many bodies here for me. There's too many bodies. And it gets confusing. All right, Arizona beats the 49ers, but C.J. Beathard put up 349 yards and 2 touchdowns. But Matt Bryant has got a high ankle sprain. He's going to be out. You won't see him next week. So you might see Raheem Mostert as the backup to Alfred Morris. George Kittle looks great, and that is my biggest regret was not drafting more of George Kittle. I will go down this year. I knew I liked him, but he had the shoulder injury, and I backed off. My mistake. Terrible mistake. It really was. It was terrible. Christian Kirk had a 75-yard touchdown the first play of the game and literally had 2 catches for 10 yards the rest of the way. Josh Rosen is not very good. 10 catches, 10 completions out of 25? I mean, who are you going to play? And Ricky Seals' puke face against the 49ers, who've led up a touchdown to every tight end except Ricky Seals-Jones? Come on, you got to be kidding me. All right, the Rams against the Seahawks. I knew this was going to be a high-scoring game. Russell Wilson was good, but not good enough. 198 yards is not good enough. But the running game was sensational. Chris Carson, 116 yards. Mike Davis looks phenomenal. Tyler Lockett looked good. Doug Baldwin was putrid. But for the Rams, Goff, you just have to start him every week, and Gurley was sensational. My biggest questions are Cooper Kupp and Brandon Cooks. Cooks did nothing, had 0 catches, left with a concussion. Cooper Kupp left after going 6 for 90 and a touchdown. What's going to happen? I don't know. Concerned. Minnesota against Philadelphia, Kirk Cousins, 300 yards and a touchdown. But they can't run the football. They need Dalvin Cook so desperately. Lat Murray's a pig. He really is. He's bad. Thank God for Thielen and Diggs. For Philadelphia, Jay Ajayi is just awful. I mean, I never drafted this guy. He had 1 good game all season. Zach Ertz is the guy to own. 10 for 110 and a touchdown. Nelson Aguilar, 4 for 45. Alshon Jeffrey, 2 for 39. You're not going back to the Super Bowl if you do that. Houston against Dallas, great game at the end there. Deshaun Watson just got beat up all game. DeAndre Hopkins, what a play at the end of the game, juking those guys, making 2 spin moves. Outstanding. Alfred Blue looked okay, looked solid, looked better than Lamar Miller, to be quite honest with you. For Dallas, nobody looked good, as usual. Nobody looked good. Zeke Elliott had 20 carries for 54 yards. That's a good job by the Houston Texans defense. Jeff Swain was their leading receiver. Yeesh, that's all you need to know. All right, let's take a look at tonight's game. New Orleans, Drew Brees needs 201 yards tonight. He's going to get it. All right, he's going to get 300 yards tonight. Kamara and Ingram. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens now that Mark Ingram is back. How many carries does he get? How many carries does Kamara lose? How many receptions does Kamara get? We've been waiting for this all year. Very interesting to see. Michael Thomas is number 1 receiver. Ted Ginn is out. Is the number 2 receiver going to be Cameron Meredith or is it going to be Traquan Smith? I'm watching that closely. I do not like Ben Watson tonight at all. For the Redskins, Adrian Peterson, a little revenge narrative there. Is he going to be inspired to run well against the Saints? I would think so. Alex Smith going to have a good game tonight. Not great unless they're down by 20, and then he'll be the king of garbage points. I do like Chris Thompson tonight because I think they will be trailing, and I think he will have a decent game. I like Jamison Crowder. I like Paul Richardson. I do not love Jordan Reed. The Saints are actually decent against the tight end. They are decent against the tight end, so watch that. Should be a good game. I'm very interested to see Ingram and Kamara. How does that work out? And if Cameron Meredith or Traquan Smith can step up, maybe Ted Ginn loses his spot. Those are the things I'm watching closely. But right now it's time to put away the insurance cards, put away the copay. The office is closed, my friends. If you're still trying to win tonight, I wish you much luck and much success. If you have questions, scoutfantasysports.com, myself or Ronas or Sean Childs, all of us will answer your questions for you, and we love to do that to help you win your fantasy league. And if you want to win a DFS, scoutdfs.com. That's scoutdfs.com. All right, guys, have a great day. This is Dr. Roto saying be well and take care.
Thanks for listening to the Scout Fantasy Show. There's never been a better time to join the Scout Army. Visit scoutfantasy.com. Use the promo ROTO for 2 months free. And don't forget, fantasy players, please thumbs up the podcast on the iHeart app. See you next time. Go Scouts!